It's the Wednesday wrap-up show with the Black Comic Lord.
Hello.
I'll take it.
What up, everybody?
Yes.
Everybody
Applause
give
all
Everybody give
around.
around applause. Everybody give around applause.
That's right.
History was made today. History was made today. We have the dropping. I hope y'all got your copy. I hope you got your copy. Titans 38, the Sanford Greene variant edition. Phil, where's your copy, bro?
They don't have stores here in Pittsburgh. I got one, but I ain't got the set. I got two on the way though. I got the regular cover.
This is my point. This is how exclusive this is. You have true comic book heads that don't even have this yet because they don't have a store close to them.
You know, Paul, man, it's too early for these shenanigans.
No, Phil, hold on. First off, Phil, Phil, how are you? How you doing, Phil?
I'm good, brother. Man, how are you, family? Man?
Oracle, how you doing? How you doing, Oracle?
I'm doing all right. I got
very nice. Paul, when you say comic book heads, let's get straight to the gusto. When you say comic book heads, who are you talking about?
I'm talking people in general.
No. We don't throw rocks and hide our hands. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about people that were not able to get books because they do not have stores that are close to them. And they weren't able to drive there and pick up their books today. Was I unclear? I am not. I am very clear in which I speak, sir.
So I thought you were trying to attack my boy Phil.
He was, and it's okay. Listen, I had to order mine straight from the Ink Alliance.
If I was trying to attack Phil, I'd say something like your head's not as shiny as it was last week or something.
It's not because I got to get a cut tomorrow.
I didn't point that out. I did not point that out. That's an example of me attacking someone.
Oh, that's not attacking. That's still a little good, babe. I just got to get a cut on Thursday. But I just, so here's the thing. I don't live in a city that has an Ink Alliance, unfortunately. So that just shows how exclusive it is. Now, but
that's the point I was trying to make. Phil picked up on what I was trying to say.
Sure. I like the way you were putting it down.
How exclusive this is. Not even if you're a true comic book head, you may not have this copy because it's so exclusive. It's hard to come by. I hope y'all pre-ordered your book so that you can at least get it shipped to you.
For sure.
More importantly, the fact. I mean, Chocolate, you were talking about the numbers. Talk about the numbers, man. How well is this book doing right now?
Well, first and foremost,
only 1,000 copies made.
Well, let's talk about the new Titans 39 #1. First off and foremost, from what I heard at the retailer, at the publisher level, it's gone. So second printing is happening. Like we out of here. That's number one.
You're talking about just the issue itself, not even talking about the exclusive variant. You're just talking about
absolutely
itself.
We talking about that now. Talking about the book, the cover that I don't want to be disrespectful, but talking about the cover that we are all aiming for. That book, limited to 1,000, spread amongst the 10 one of 10 of the dopest comic book shops. The last time I checked, if you didn't pre-order before, let's say Friday, you SOL, ladies and gentlemen. I believe these ladies and gentlemen are sold out of their copies. So now it's up to see what's next. What's going on? Will there be a website drop? I don't know. All I know is, ladies and gentlemen, the Ink Alliance, their first endeavor, fully successful, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Come on. So yeah, I'm excited, Paul. I'm excited. But yeah,
you should be excited because the book itself. Let's backtrack for a second, right? Let's talk about this journey. Just this past 6 months, we had this book here. We had the new history of the DC Universe Dakota Incident book. Our boy, our mentor, our mayor, Joe Illidge, put out a call, threw the hat up in the air, and challenged the community and said, let's make this sell out. We want 100,000 copies of this book to sell. And we did. We made it happen. We proved that there is a thirst in the community for these characters to come back and thrive in mainstream comics. So much so that a second print had to come out. And what happened to the second print, Chocolate?
Gone, my boy. Gone.
Second print, gone. They damn sure they could have made a third if they really wanted to. They could have made a third, but instead, what we got was the reintroduction of Static into the DC universe in Titans 38. Now, let's understand what's going on in this book right now. There's a new Titans team, and it's being led by Cyborg. Cyborg is taking on a leadership role, and he's bringing under his wing, kind of forcibly from what I understand, Static. Arguably one of the greatest characters in comics. Full stop. A creation of the great Dwayne McDuffie, Dennis Cowan, Michael Davis, Derek Dingle, Christopher Priest, the founders of the Milestone Universe. This is a truly significant character. If you want to talk about a Black created superhero character of national prominence, who had his own cartoon, whole generation of people were exposed to this character from a cartoon. That's how you know you're an A-list character. That's this character. That's how much legs this character has that was developed. Easily could have been one of DC's biggest characters. Finally has his shot, and then we learned from San Diego Comic-Con that he's coming back. New series being released, written by Cody Ziegler, that we're all looking forward to. Yeah. But it's not just our community success. Go ahead, Phil. What are you going to say?
So I didn't get the like I said, I did do my due diligence.
Yeah,
I did pick up one of the regular covers. You know,
okay.
We still got to make sure.
Put that up close to the screen. Let's show the people show.
Yeah,
Even
so
if you didn't get the Sanford Greene joint, check out this Torrin Clark. Let's make you big.
And Torrin Clark is a monster too now. So let's not pretend. So
Torrin Clark is a beast.
Yeah, so I made sure I still got that particular piece because I still had to do my due diligence. And but like I said, I'm just waiting for the Sanford Greene joints to come in. And my whole thing is I just wanted to make sure that we've been talking about this book for a while. And I wanted to make sure that I support it. So I did my pre-orders with the Ink Alliance. Wait for them to come in, but I still went to my LCS because it's important that you still go to your LCS and pick up. It's just that in Pittsburgh, and it's not even within 100, 200 miles that there's an Ink Alliance shop. So I do what I have to do. And I was gonna get the Torrin Clark cover also anyway. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is when you open this book, I can't believe I'm putting my fingers on it.
Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I gotta spare. On the way.
What are you doing?
Be able to read it.
Why are you touching the book?
On the interior, as you open the cover, is Torrin Clark's cover.
Nice.
So he's got double Black creator monster madness to the top artist in the world right there.
Nice.
It doesn't get better than that, man. It just doesn't get better than that. But as I said, this is not just our celebration.
No.
It's a celebration of those brothers and sisters that decided, you know what? We're going to come together to do something bigger. We're going to set aside any personal egos. We're going to focus on the big picture. We're going to make sacrifices to make this happen because we have goals.
Yes, sir.
And let's invite these people on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ink Alliance. We've got Blerds Underground, Mike and Marcell. We've got the Macks of Cutting Comics.
Let's go.
We got Byron from Gulf Coast Comics. DJ Young Venom. How are you, sir? Got to see you out in San Diego. I had to hunt him down to get me an Ink Alliance. And wait, I'm missing somebody. Tony Cade. Challenges, games, and comics.
The gang's all here.
The gang's all here.
Yeah.
All right. Where's my applause? Chocolate's not even.
Come on. Come on.
I was waiting for you to finish speaking and introduce
Sound
yourself.
effects, man. We're supposed to do the sound effects. Welcome to each and every one of you. Hats off to every one of you, man. Y'all made it happen. Tell us,
There we go.
how
That's
was
black
the
people effect right
experience?
there, baby.
How was the experience today? Tell us how the experience was. How do y'all feel?
It's unreal, man. And we had so just first of all, shout out to the BCL family. Appreciate you all giving us the space. Today has been incredible. I think I speak on behalf of my whole crew here when I say that the excitement around this, the type of Wednesday we just had is historic. I don't think that most of us have ever witnessed or realized a Wednesday like this. We've had free comic book day, we've had events, don't get me wrong, but on a Wednesday, on a work day,
yes,
our stores had lines before we even opened today. People excited all day walking in this shop to come pick up their exclusive copy. That's the type of energy we've had today. It's been nothing but love. We appreciate everybody that's come out today to get this cover, to pre-order, to ask us on the day of. We've been getting hit up from people that's been excited. We've got folks driving from all across the country to come find an Ink Alliance shop to buy this joint from. We are just full of gratitude right now. And we appreciate
well.
Hand no applause for Ink Alliance.
Hey,
And salute. This is for y'all.
salute. Hold on, we slowing down. Okay, here we go.
Let's clink them glasses together. Let's clink them glasses
Clink,
together.
clink.
Clink, clink. Clink,
Yeah.
clink. All right.
I got some
can I tell y'all
drink
a story about my Ink Alliance experience today? Shout out to Sylvester at Windows Comics. I went to Windows Comics, which is the closest Ink Alliance store to where I live here in the Orlando area.
Okay.
I walk into the store. I actually snuck out of work. I hope nobody from my job sees it. Snuck out from work on my lunch break. Drove out there because it's not close. Walk into the store. White dude is there with his wife, and he's haggling with I guess one of the workers in the store, and he clearly has the book, and he's like, yeah, so I want to get these copies. Like, sir, I'm sorry, we are only limited to one per customer, but I want more, sir. We have very limited numbers. We only have one per copy. But I want more. I tell you what, how about one for my wife? Can my wife get one too? And clearly his wife doesn't care about comics. Yeah, she can get one. Cool. Give me the two. And I have a friend. My friend can't make it, but he's a comic book collector too. And he can't make it because he's a teacher and he's teaching the youth. He's helping the community by being a teacher, so he shouldn't be penalized by being a teacher and not being able to be here today. Sir, we're open until 9:00. Well, he's working hard, and he asked me to sir, he has all week in which he can pick up the book, and we're open till 9:00. Yes, but he wants me to pick. Sir, all right, fine. I'll give you his book, sir. And I'm giving him the side eye, like,
They gave him the book?
I gave him.
Paul's a snitch.
For real?
We're gonna have to have a huddle with Sylvester later.
Paul's a snitch, yo.
I was mad, but he's like, I'm not trying to make the shop kid in trouble, but he was like, you know what, I believed him when he said he was picking it up for his boy. I don't know if he was lying, but I believed him. There probably wasn't probably what I shouldn't have done. I was like, yeah, you got to go with your gut, man. Don't worry about it. But the point of the story is this: everybody wanted this book.
Yeah.
That's the point. Everybody wanted this book, and they're going through great lengths to get the book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know.
Hey Paul, we had a similar situation at Custom Comics. First customer of the day came in and he said, yeah, I'm trying to get a book, and my brother want to get a book, and I'm like, yeah, it's one per household or whatever. He said, well, I'm gonna go and get my grandma, and he left. And he came back with his grandma.
Emotional damage.
I'm not arguing with Big Mama. I'm not even about to have that kind of smoke. So
Yes, sir.
it is what it
At least
is.
he was honest with it. He actually bought his grandma.
Bro, they've been on it. So we just had a little debrief with the team about an hour ago, right? So like all the Ink Alliance shops that could join, and there was a cat that came over here. So Chicagoland is fortunate to have 2 Black-owned comic shops in it, right? So, but we're about an hour apart driving, at least an hour, right? So we had a cat that came, asked for 2. He had the whole Static fit too. I'm talking about he had the X hat, he had the Static cartoon shirt. We was like, hey, he's Static out, right? Like he did it. So he came up like, hey, I want 2. I'm like, I'm sorry, homie, we only giving 1 per household. So he hit us with the whole, same thing, little story talking about, man, but it's for so and so. I'm like, nah, man, we can't make no exceptions, right? It's 1 per household. So he left. He like, man, it's all good. I just appreciate y'all for the culture, right? So then we on this meeting about an hour ago, and Terry, who's about an hour away, he's like, man, some guy came to my shop asking for a copy. He said, you all ran out. I said, what? Ran out? I said, what do you have on? He said, yeah, he had an X hat on. I was like, hey, that's my man. He came here, grabbed a copy from me, then came to you. It was just wild because, like, my man made at least an hour some drive over to Terry's shop at Third Coast to get his second copy. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, people was moving today.
You did the work. That's
Have to get it.
That's a lot.
Have to
Right
get
there.
It's the game. Yep.
Hey,
I do
can
have a
we
question. Oh, go ahead.
for the people who are just tuning in who may not know, can somebody please explain the significance of the book, why this is important, the whole Ink Alliance things? I know we're celebrating, but there's people who are watching have no idea what we're celebrating.
That's right.
Good point. Good point.
DJ Young Venom, can you take that one, man?
No, I'm gonna let your drunk ass take it. So the importance of the book. I gotta stay on mic, man. He
fucks with
too
Phil.
jolly for me, man. But the importance of the book is, this is like our, we here now moment, as well as, this is Static joining the DC universe properly again. We also have these 10 Black-owned comic shops uniting to put this out. We individually, for the most part, could not put this out ourselves. And we were presented with the opportunity, and I shouldn't say presented, but we were blessed with the opportunity from Sanford Greene for this cover. And he's pretty much the catalyst to help get this started, because me and Mike were talking about, let's do a coalition of Black-owned comic shops. And it wasn't until that was presented, it was like, okay, we need to do it. And we had to come up with it in a month. And there hasn't been a coalition of Black-owned comic shops. Static returning is something that's been long needed. Even if this is before his solo series, him being a part of the Titans, the current run of the new Titans, is important. And it's I can attest that I know a lot of our stores got in a lot of people that don't even read comics that came and just bought that comic or came and bought it just off the strength of, oh, you're a Black-owned comic shop. I saw this on TikTok. I saw this on Instagram. I saw this on Facebook. And so it's history making for sure. But this is only the beginning. This is like a prequel, honestly, in my opinion.
Facts.
So that beggars the question.
Real quick though, there's one. I think just as a media person, I think parts that are missing is that sometimes when we explain these things, we explain them as we got to explain. People don't know. For instance, only 1,000 copies were printed. There's only 1,000. There's not 1,001. So that is super extra limited edition. Sanford Greene is one of the top modern greatest artists. Oh, he's one of the goats of our time. For those who don't know, the Ink Alliance is a coalition of black-owned comic book stores, and they formed this conglomerate that like the Wu-Tang of comic book stores. And the only way you could get these is if you pre-ordered and went to the store, but you can only get one. The significance of this book, like Paul had eloquently said in the beginning, is, we finally have Static joining the Teen Titans. So there's so much that is going on. So if somebody's watching, they'll understand the excitement is the fact that, one, this is the first time this has been DC has done a variant just for the black comic shops itself, which is part of the Ink Alliance. And I think that is very important that people understand the historical significance of this particular book. This is the first one. This has never been done before.
Yes.
Only 1,000 copies.
Only.
There's various covers, but the Sanford Greene cover is limited to only 1,000. And when you go to the shops, it's limited to only buying one at a time. So if you will understand the excitement, most of these individuals have been on the show before in various aspects, but this is a very big deal. I know we're celebrating, but I want the people outside to know why we're celebrating as well. I'll be quiet. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It is a momentous occasion, but it's a first step of a larger movement for consolidating the Black comics community, the ecosystem, the economics of the ecosystem of the Black comics community. So that sort of begs the question: what's next for the Ink Alliance?
Well, actually, before we jump on that, I just want to go ahead and point out and stuff that, to me, this coalition is very special. And the fact that DC reached out to us is something that, I'm so excited that it happened.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, for those and stuff that don't know, I've been a comic book shop owner for over 30 years. Okay. There has been no coalition before.
That's dope.
There has not been, a publisher reaching out, to Black comic shop owners to do something special for them. So for me, this is like really special. And like I said, I've been in business for over 30 years. And this is the most successful sales day that I've ever had on a Wednesday.
So,
I've had like really successful free comic book days. But as far as like a weekday Wednesday, this is the most successful shopping day I've had. And I doubled down on this. I was actually splitting some of the sales, today in the store because Greg Burnham hit me up saying that he and Marcus wanted to come in and do a signing of the Tuskegee Air number 5. And if I let them come in, they provide all my customers with like gourmet pizza and drinks and coffee. And I was like, I wasn't planning on doing a big event about this. All right. But I went ahead and, and let them come in. They made bank. People were coming in, grabbing a comic, grabbing books from me, grabbing books from them and getting them autographed. This was a bigger day than I could have possibly expected.
I do think though, and I don't want to gloss over this, like the community we had to build amongst ourselves at a accelerated pace, right? So you got to think about it. Like a lot of us in this industry, we're trying to push to survive, to flourish, and all that things like as individual shops. And I don't want to gloss over like bringing together a community of owners that are used to operating that way and building like a closeness, a trust, and like taking out ego within that's a big thing for us. I feel like what our vision and our mission was bigger than what we felt our individual success should be. We really just want overall
for that success to be present. And like, I'm proud of us sharing in on it more than anything else. Like this success of today is great, right? Making a little bread is great. Building up on the culture is amazing, but you know, doing it in a way where we kind of took out ego and focus on the success of the group was something that I, you know, forever treasure, especially like sharing in on this with Mike and Phil, somebody I met under a year ago, and we, you know, had lunch on the Mack's Ink Alliance tour. I think it takes a lot to build that stuff out. And a lot of reasons why groups like this don't succeed is because we insert individuality in something that should be uniform, right? So it's a love there that we had to establish quickly, not only for like the static release in Sanford Greene, but like for each other. So I just wanted to state that before we, you know.
No, that's an important point. I mean, Mike, you talk about all the time about the cooperative economics of the entire endeavor and the importance of that, and being able to do it on this level evidences that it's possible. Now, imagine if we take what you guys did in your coalition and expand that to the larger realm of the Black comics community, from retailers to publishers, to creators, to fans, to collectors. If we can establish that same level of rapport, that same level of lack of selfishness, the same level of focus on the community rather than individual, imagine what we could accomplish. Which I keep coming back to this. What's the next step for y'all?
Well, I mean, there's a lot that can be said about what's next, but I will say this. One thing that was said in the chat that I just want to address, right, is that I don't have an Ink Alliance shop near me. I want to say this. I think one of the biggest things I love that came out of this, it kind of snuck in there, right, was the awareness piece of how few Black-owned shops actually exist in this country.
Right.
There are approximately 3,000 comic shops in this country, and we are less than 20 Black-owned. So part of this, like when people were saying, man, I would get this book, but there's not an Ink Alliance shop in my state. That's a glaring observation that we wanted to bring attention to, because if you live in an entire state and can't say that there is one Black-owned comic shop, hopefully this inspires somebody in that state to say, you know what, I'll be the first. I'll go out there, and I got support out there. I got other Black retailers who are out there that I can rely on to be a part of this and give me help in this business. Because that's the thing. Most of us, when we started out, were the only, right? Like when we started this thing, Marcell and I didn't know Terry was on the other side of Chicago. We thought we was the only ones out here on the island, right? And then we found him, and then we found Phillip, and we found community. But what I hope that this inspires, what I hope that this means for the future of the Ink Alliance is that it doesn't stop at just having 13 or so Black comics shops, that this helps inspire folks who have been thinking about wanting to get involved in this industry to say, you know what, I'm gonna stop with the excuses and jump in. I just saw a news story recently that there's a Black-owned shop that just opened in Rochester, New York. I'm on the horn. I'm trying to reach them right now to let them know that we exist, right? Like, we want to help. We hope that this Ink Alliance inspires other people to get into this medium, because it don't make sense in 2026 for there to be less than 20 Black-owned comic shops in this country. So we need to expand that. We need to have more folks enter this industry, and we need to be the example that we're not competing. We have everyone's best interest out. We want to see each other succeed. And the more that we have presence in this industry, the more opportunities like this we can unlock. Because you know what? 13 shops might be able to unlock a Sanford Greene cover, but imagine if we grew this number, the amount of exclusive content we can start to build, where it don't even rely on the publishers anymore. If we had a network of Black comic shops in every state working together, bringing all these indie publishers to the forefront, these creators to the forefront, how much more content could we get out to market? That's the future we got our eyes fixed on.
Where's my gunshots, Chocolate?
I mean, after that, I mean, I told you I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to behave today.
I'm just so happy to hear that there's somebody up in New York that's opening up a store, because I was like, what the heck is going on with the, with New England?
They had Mega Brain. They had Amalgam. There's a few. We'll talk offline.
Now, Michael, you mentioned before 13. The original Ink Alliance was 10. So have you guys expanded to 13 at this point? Have you inspired others to join the coalition?
Absolutely. So one of the most beautiful things that came out of this is that we went from thinking we were on an island, as in Blerds Underground, went from thinking we were on an island to then we got with Terry, we got with Phillip, we got with Jermaine, and then we started adding on. And then we thought that we just had 10. And then we have folks, when we made the announcement of this cover, reach out and say, I think my shop is black owned, and started DMing us and hitting us up like, I think one of my owners might be black. And so it created this thing where like we started getting tips from people that there were other black owned shops we couldn't even discover our damn selves. So we have grown to 13, and we are growing that number. Like I said, I just found out this week about the Rochester one. So we're inviting everyone. If you know of a shop that you think might be black owned, send it to us, because I don't have the thing that helped start this Ink Alliance. I ain't got no shame in calling somebody and just talking to them, like asking them, hey, Mike Davis, Blerds Underground, do you happen to be a black comic book? like I'll make the call as awkward as I need to make it. But my point is, we want there to be more than 13, but we are fortunate that we've gotten to 13 because of the help of y'all who are watching this. After you watch it, thinking to yourselves, damn, who owns my shop? That's the first time a lot of people even, who owns the shop that I shop? Because you might know the clerk, you might know the person that rings you up, but to look around and say, damn, who owns this spot? And what do they look like? And then who's making the decisions on what to order? That's brought some awareness, and we're fortunate that it brought us 3 additional shops so far.
I will say a couple things. One, Mike, you need to do some ads saying, do you have a black-owned shop? Would you like support? Come join the Ink Alliance. Film those promos. We'll be happy to air them for you. Number 2, the next logical step for what you guys are all doing is cohesively establishing a method of getting pre-orders. Encouraging, educating, encouraging, and supporting pre-orders amongst your customers so that we can make the books that we want to be successful to be more successful. But we'll talk about that off camera when I've had less liquor in me. Okay.
But now, can we take a second though and talk about it now? Because I want to say this. There were a lot of people who came in today. We was talking about this on our debrief. A lot of people who came in who had walk-ins. And now, mind you, all of us put a couple of copies aside for the shelf. But we had people come in today. Every one of them that came in today risking everything to get a copy off the shelf. We were like, why didn't you pre-order? Like, there's no way you heard about this book and didn't hear our ask. For months we've been saying, pre-order this book. There may not be copies available. Pre-order this joint. And do you know, on the day of launch, there were still people to come in, risking it all, trying to get that joint off the shelf. And that was partly intentional too. I know a lot of people who were like, oh, why can't I get a copy of this? Like, we were trying to draw attention to the fact that pre-orders even exist, because a lot of folks don't even know that concept is a thing. So when we said you can get this book, but you better go pre-order it, it was like, we're training people in a sense. If you want this book bad enough, you're going to figure that shit out. You're going to go figure out how to get a pre-order, right?
Here we go.
All right. So we got young Guru's volunteering his son to write you guys an app.
Come on.
Thank you.
Shout out to Sanford Greene. He also popped up in the chat.
Before we move forward,
artist on this cover.
Before we move forward, I want to ask everyone in the chat, everyone from the Ink Alliance, a super solid question. Right now, in real time, how do you feel? And everyone's like, oh, great. No. I want you to look beyond that. The reason why I say that, I represent the community of comic book collectors. We live, eat, breathe exclusive. This is what we do. As I said to Paul and I were having private conversations, and I said, stop. Welcome to my world. This is how things work. This is what we do. But there's absolutely collectors like myself. This is what we do. We're on the pre-order. We have ways of getting comic books, right, and getting more than one. I say that to say this last 3 months, outside of, certain people are gonna be upset, but it is. You got certain other, entities and retailers. Oh, they got this and they get their one. But this last 3 months, everything that everyone was mainly focused on Ink Alliance. How do we get these Ink Alliance books? Literally, I was getting bombarded. I almost felt like Sanford Greene for a minute because I know Sanford was getting hit with how do we get these copies, and everyone's reaching out. Chocolate. How do we get this? How do we get this? But that I had individuals that don't have the same complexion as us, literally saying, how do we get these books? But these are top level collectors that they're going to the Felix, they're going to the Unknowns, they're going to the Scott's Collectibles, and this is what we do. And their attention was removed, whether temporary or not, to the Ink Alliance, or now individuals who didn't know you existed, black or not, which is also, blackity black, 100%, but now they know you exist, and now they're waiting. They're like, all right, what's next? What's next? How do you feel about that? Yes, the sales are awesome, but now, whether you acknowledge it, whether you guys are now in a different ecosystem. You are now in a different realm when it comes to comic book collectors, with individuals who are willing to drop money. Hey, here's $1,000, give me these books. How do you feel about that?
I would say I feel blessed. I'm blessed to be a part of the Ink Alliance. I feel blessed to do this alongside my husband. Just blessed to be a woman that represents the Ink Alliance and that also could potentially encourage the next woman or girl to do what I'm doing. I'm not only a comic book store owner, but I am a barber too. So the combination just works for us. And like I said, just blessed to be a part of the Ink Alliance and to bring this opportunity to other individuals. Yeah.
Awesome. I just wanted to bring that up because I hear everyone talking about the sales and congrats, and you guys deserve it 100%. But I'm like, wait. I hope y'all know y'all in a different stratosphere now, because I hate to say it, but now y'all on my people's radar. That's a different level. And Mike know what I'm talking about, because Mike know. But y'all are on a different stratosphere, which is absolutely deserved. And honestly, about time. Absolutely.
I never talked about the sales. I never talked about
when I mean sales, I'm not talking about the numbers. I'm talking about a good sales day. That's what I mean.
I know, and I never said that. And the whole purpose of it is, the reason why I didn't say it, the goal of it is we should be having these sales days every Wednesday.
Facts.
Right.
Every Wednesday. I don't want to, my purpose for, and this is a very selfish thing, and I'm going to tell you straight up, that my purpose for the Ink Alliance is we all should have been seen. Y'all should have known all our names, like y'all know Midtown Comics, like y'all know whatever other big shop there is. Even though we are smaller shops, we should be known as well, especially amongst our people. And so my goal is, like, you should know Tony has been doing this for 30 years. You should know Jermaine has been doing this for 30 plus years as well too. And you should be, I'm gonna do a pool list with them and they can just ship me my books because they black. Now, granted, that's not always the case, but I'm aiming to change that and to change mindsets. And I'm a very stubborn individual. Now, you can ask some people in the chat. If it's something that I'm bound to do, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna find a way to do it, and I'm gonna make it happen. Now, as far as with the Ink Alliance and what we have planned in the future, it's a lot that we have planned that we cannot divulge just yet. We are going to expand. We are going to inspire more people to open up more shops. But also, be it as it may, we're on another stratosphere or whatever, job's not finished. This was day one in month 0, in my opinion. And then it's going to be more, and it's going to get better. And each release, you're going to want to make that visit to these shops to see, like, I need to go to the comic shop. I don't need to sit on my butt. I need to go to this shop and make a trip to this and see what it's about. We don't only have so many brick and mortar black-owned shops. Let's make an effort to go see what they have, because they may have some gems that I don't know about. They may have some merch that I don't know about. I may need to go get a haircut from Ragan. All this other stuff. It's so many different experiences from each different shop, and every shop is going to be different. So that's the whole, that's my reasoning for doing this.
Really quick, I want us to not be remiss. I think, shout out to Young Venom. Real quick, y'all keep saying Phil, man. People don't know y'all talking to me or him. Venom, man. I fuck with you. I got the table too,
Hey,
man.
that's why I put my name like that.
Hey, listen, man. So whenever you ready to get busy, man, we can get busy for real. We can make it do what it do. Also,
Yeah.
I want y'all to not. I want to go back to some of the stuff that Guru is saying because I don't know if it's going over people's heads of exactly what he's saying. Also, Paul, check the messages, dog. I just sent you, family. Assalamu alaikum. But let's get back over to something, please. I don't want to.
Here's the message from Young Guru that I think you all should take to heart. And this is not just for the Ink Alliance. I need this. It's not just about the Ink Alliance.
Hold on, Paul. Hold on. I don't want you.
Let me finish. Let me finish my statement. Before
you finish your statement,
Phil, let me finish my blood clot statement, man.
I'm the one that said bring the damn shit up. Guys. Hold on.
Let me
Thank you, Young Guru.
Let's get to this.
It's not just about the Ink Alliance.
Go ahead.
It's about all of us. It's about the whole community. They can have the books in their shops, but you all have to commit to supporting them, to pre-ordering those books, to making yourself aware of what's coming out so you can pre-order those books. There's only so much that we can feed you. You have to take it upon yourself to make that extra effort. And if anything that this endeavor has proven is that it doesn't take that much to make this happen. It doesn't take that much. So that's just, I had to get that off my chest. Young Guru makes a comment. I need everyone to take advantage of this time. Please plan daily so it's not just a moment. This could be the start of the movement we want. Now comes the hard part, nation management. Thank you for that.
Yeah, piggybacking off of Phil, our DJ Young Venom. I actually tagged you in a post, Paul, earlier today about something similar with the fact that I was seeing a lot of comic shops, I'm gonna say other comic shops, that were making posts about their new comic book day posts about what books was worth checking out, and a lot of them glossed over a certain book. So I made a post hoping that people to share out where I highlighted what books should be focused on, which every single book was New Titans number 38 for a specific reason. So but at the end of the day, we're here. And the statement has been made. It's not going to just be a moment. We definitely understand the assignment, and we are going to make sure the assignment gets completed.
I don't necessarily think we in a rush though. You know, I think we've talked about. You know, we'll give y'all some stuff behind the scenes. Like, we want to make sure some intentionality behind how we moving and like carrying weight with what we choose to do going forward. It's about like a kid that's 10 years old seeing himself in like what we doing, right? It's about, you know, people that's aspiring owners or aspiring to be, you know, part of this industry in a more intentional way. We're not gonna get there like rushing to do 20 different things. We really want to sit back and, you know, pick the things that will really push this industry forward, but also like elevate the messaging. So I think like what y'all saying, like how we feel is with great power come great responsibility, right? Like we feel the weight of that and we carrying that, but we also not looking to cash in on like a pop. We looking to like longevity. And you know, I think like, you know, it's a love for this in the sense that we gonna do whatever it takes to manage it in a thoughtful way to the point y'all seeing us 5-10 years from now, and even beyond, like who running Ink Alliance is more stores. But you gotta think about like, how do you welcome in new shops? Like the thoughtfulness with that and how we care about and nurture that. How do you welcome in new customers and, you know, things like that? So yeah, I do think we moving in a direction where we gonna come with some heat. We just trying to see like what's the pathway that's thoughtful and intentional enough to flourish years from now.
Yeah. Well, we have a special guest. But before we bring him on, We have some words from someone who wants to wish you well today.
Oh, wow.
Hey, go.
My brother.
I love that.
This is not planned. He just said he wanted to say hi to y'all and wish you as well.
So what's going on? What you guys got going on in here, man? I just saw a bunch of
What?
black faces, and I thought I would just say what's up and see what's going on, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for Sanford to just hit you with the Jedi. Hey, how are you?
I mean, before he starts, can you turn some lights on? Can you see?
Hey, what that T-shirt say? What that T-shirt say?
Bruh, we out.
Funny story. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hit this. Is that no? Not that. I thought I had light. I'm trying to.
No, you looking good, man. You looking good, bro.
You're good, Sanford. You're good. You're solid, my good man. You are solid.
Yeah, man. Look, the shirt. That's my youngest kid's graduation, the family reunion / graduation party. So
love it.
If you guys, for you guys that have teenagers, they say "bruh" a lot. They call
yes, they do.
I don't understand that whole language now, but that's how they move. Look at the gray hair shows that I don't understand this language. But
I almost caught a case off, bruh, Sanford. So I feel you, bro.
Sanford, how are you feeling this day? I mean, you kind of kicked this off with a simple message of, "Hey, what's Mike Davis's telephone number?" and kind of set some things in motion. Like, how does this make you feel seeing this day come to fruition and seeing the finished product?
Man, it's like honestly, it's just like I just talked about my kid's graduation. You feel proud, man, and just you look at the early stages of it, how it all started, and to see it to come to fruition like this has just been humbling, to be honest with you, man. This is something that I think I caught the tail end of one of the brothers was talking about how this is just the beginning, and just to know that, who knows a year from now what this thing could look like, and to know that this was just the beginning of it is definitely something that I feel like, again, just extremely proud.
Sanford, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You've done covers for almost everyone. You are absolutely considered the top of the top, the upper echelon. But doing work, or however the cover got there, with the Ink Alliance, specifically a black-owned comic book shop, doing this, does that affect the level of intentionality that you have when you're creating your art? Does that force you to, like, as they would say, tap into something, put you in the zone? Obviously, like we said, we know that your work is always top of the top, but this is a different beast for individuals that are absolutely going to understand what you're putting out, and not just, oh, it's Sanford.
Oh, absolutely. Just definitely. It's every part of it is intentional. Look at the cover. It's the speakers. It's the DJ equipment. It's the hip hopness of it, if you want to call it that. That is meant to send a signal across the bows of the entire industry. I think I caught someone saying something earlier about how everyone wants this cover, and everyone wants it for several reasons. And for us, being a part of this movement, this collective, has just been, again, it's so gratifying because it's ours that they want to be a part of. It's our thing. It's not, an absolute thing. It's not an ultimate thing. This is our thing. And so that, to be able to stand in the same space as those things, because I've seen promotions and advertisement from this stuff you know, in other spaces as well, you know, not just ours. And they're highlighting what, you know, what these guys, what these stores are bringing to the table. And I want to say mainly to the reason why I wanted to jump on, just simply to say thank you to, you know, all of the Black Ink Alliance, and to the fans that came out, that stood in the lines. I saw some videos of lines today. That's really cool to see that, and to you know, to know that people were, you know, waiting, you know, to be able to have the opportunity. People drove, you know, 2-3 hours to get to certain stores. That's incredible. And again, thank you to the fans for just showing up.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Phil, I know you had, well, Black Comic Lords, Phil, I apologize. I know you had you had a comment that you wanted to make about my good man. I wanted to make sure I get you in there.
No, I mean, I don't have I mean, the thing is, you know, I love the cover. I mean, you see, I got the table and all that.
Oh, listen, we
for me. So I had, you know, I had to make sure I get it.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
you know,
Oh, you know what's funny?
So-
And I give you the floor as well. This event, you know how it feels like? So we didn't have this conversation amongst the culture, amongst the diaspora, when Black Panther hit. And whether you like the movie or not, remember, at least I'm in New York, you had people in the streets dressing up as, you know, as T'Challa. They're going to like, I'm a black Haitian American, but Sunday mornings was the thing. You get dressed to church. You had people putting on their Sunday best to go see Black Panther. They were driving. It was a big deal. The culture was moving. You felt it permeating, right? And this feels the same way, right? Where everyone was talking about it. It didn't matter who you were. Every news article was talking about this book. Where can I get it? Where can I get it? It's like, it's like the new Jordan's drop, but times 10. This is what it feels like. Paul, I give you the floor. Am I the only one who feels that way?
Can I say something on that point? Because this is so important, man. And this is why this moment means so much to me personally. I remember when Black Panther came out, and it was around the same time Marcell and I had been thinking about whether we would own a store in the first place. And what was different about that experience, Chocolate, and this experience.
Did you just say chocolate?
Yeah, that's his
You call that man chocolate.
It happens, man. Eventually it happens. You just can't. It's
the family.
What's different about this moment and that moment is that I remember when Black Panther came out, and I started to, for the first time, think about the trickle-down economics of it. You had this movie blockbuster hit made by these incredible artists that made billions worldwide, biggest blockbuster film of Marvel at that time, right? And it just, a light bulb hit me in the moment, and I thought, of all the trickle-down money that then happened from Marvel, for all the comics people went and bought of Black Panther after that, all the T-shirts and merchandise that people went to grab to support Wakanda forever after that, how many of those businesses that got to benefit from the wave of Black Panther were owned by Black people? That's what got him and I in the business in the first place, because that was the missing link. I started thinking about, damn, Black Panther, all the artists, creators, people behind the camera with Ryan Coogler and his team deservingly got paid. But how many businesses got to profit off of that Black artistry that didn't look like us? And for this moment, for me, what it connects to is this is the first time an artist, Sanford Greene, I'm so glad he's here, had a moment, an epiphany of his own. When he created this cover, he could have submitted that to DC and it could have been an open order variant that went everywhere. He stopped himself in the moment to say, this is a cover I don't want to go out to open order. This is a cover that I want belonging in the culture. And he decided, unlike Black Panther, where it goes out to everyone, he decided, I only want this to go to a shop that's part of our culture. And he reached out to me. And he didn't even know at the time that I had been making calls to the Ink. Like, he didn't know any of this. He just called me and said, Mike, we met. I know I made this cover. It's amazing. I wanted to go to you. And I was like, Sanford, I appreciate you. I can't buy 1,000 covers or nothing. But I appreciate you. But I told him, I said, but I've been making calls, and I think this could be something bigger than just one shop. I think this could be a moment for us. And so the difference in this moment is that this artist created something that then had trickle-down effects that helped all of these shops you just mentioned in this Ink Alliance have the best Wednesday they've ever had. And you've heard that recorded here. That's the power of this moment. It's bigger than even Black Panther for us because of the weight of that.
If we can, I think also too, I want to give Sanford his props because this guy is one of the dopest artists. Just a good people's all together, and it's like, you know, I sit back and I look at just how busy this brother is. Like if we look at this, and now we sit back and we look at the new joint that he's getting ready to drop soon with that whole the dark side joint. I mean, Sanford, if you can really quick, can we get a shameless plug? Give us some exclusives. Give us something about that, man. Can we get into that real quick just for a minute, brother Sanford?
Let's see. You gotta make me big, Paul.
I gotta make him big, cuz.
There we go.
Paul is not tech savvy. That is for certain. That brother is over here.
I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm here.
Hitting all the wrong buttons. No, but the Dark Side event is something that I'm extremely excited about in terms of what it means moving forward, not only just in Dark Side's history, but in the DC universe as we know it. To be a part of literally the jumping on point to the next phase of the entire DC universe. And when I say entire, I mean everything. Just let your mind run as far as it can with that. There's things that I'm doing in the book that will highlight everything. And that's as far as I can go, man. I wish I could give you a little more, but trust me, when you see this when you read the book, whoa, what was that? What was
Is everybody all right?
Listen, fireworks.
What's happening right now?
Everybody got gaffled.
That's a different type of sound effect, man. What is that? Yeah.
But it's funny, Paul. Because we talk about the Ink Alliance and the level of, you know, waves that they've created. But I'm looking at Sanford and I'm behaving. But I'm like, New York Comic Con, because I thought Phil was going to go where I thought he was going to go. But Young Guru, we right in the same vein. I'm like, New York Comic Con, what was it, last year, the year prior, the Mass Appeal joint. Matter of fact, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. Let's not play games. It was before the New York Comic Con joint, it was that MF Doom joint. Absolutely fire. Then he said, no, I'm not done. I'm going to come back with that Mass Appeal joint. Then he said, you know what? Not only am I going to come back, I'm going to come back with a group of Black-owned creators, Black-owned LCSs, Emma Rock and Roll, and drop a dope cover. Mind you, I'm omitting. I'm not even touching on For the Hard Way. The first time we got to see Static, Spider-Punk, Miles, and Steel on a cover, literally invoking the McDuffie rule. What? Ladies and gentlemen. What more do you want?
You know, we weren't going to let you slide without mentioning that, right?
You think I was? I'm behaving. Am I not behaving tonight, chat?
No, you're on point. I'm like, Sanford needs to get called out for that, man. He violated McDuffie rule intentionally with some big characters. I mean,
it is what it is, baby. Matter of fact, let's go.
Hey,
Paul, back to you.
I was going to say really quick, and I'm going to let you guys go. If you think all that stuff is great and all, stay tuned for New York Comic Con.
Hey, talk to A. Hey, Phil, no. Hey, talk to
Phil,
wait, he does this every time.
He's like, yes,
because Green's dropping with the nuggets.
Word, Phil. I saw you and I was like, wait, don't do it.
Hey, listen, you saw my text? Man, I need.
And
listen,
he's gone.
Man, look, man, I'm trying. Listen, man, this is gonna be one of the episodes ever.
Nigga,
I tell you,
Paul, I give you the floor. I'm gonna take care of business with Phil.
I'll make it up to you. I'm gonna make it up to you. This is how we're gonna make it up.
Talk to me.
So we talked about the significance of this Ink Alliance accomplishment, right? And we talked about what comes next in terms of us building this community, taking the momentum of this moment, building on the idea of pre-ordering these books, making the next book. This isn't about one book for 1 month. This is about a weekly thing, a monthly thing. These stores need to have Wednesdays like this every week. This is the first step. Now, another thing that can't be missed in what happened today is the particular character that Sanford chose to make this variant of. He could have picked any type of big mainstream black character, but he chose Static, a character of incredible significance for an entire generation, in large part due to his cartoon, but also the fact that he is a black created character, right? He's Milestone's. He's the gem of Milestone Comics. He's a character that has a lot of legs. So much so that his own singular series was just announced at San Diego Comic-Con. So the next question is, what's going to happen to Static? What's going to happen to Milestone Comics? What's the future of those endeavors? And to answer that, we have the mayor himself, Mr. Joe Illidge. You're muted, Joe.
Better. Good evening, everyone.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe?
What is up is this is a day of celebration. I'm here wearing my black comic.
Show that shirt, Joe. Show that shirt.
Gifted Milestone shirt. Today was
a one of one, by the way.
Thank you very much. You're too kind. Comic book stores. I went to 3 different comic book stores today. One to pick up my pre-ordered copies of New Titans 38, one to do a signing, and one to show support for Torrin Clark, who is also doing a signing. But none of those stores had the special limited 1,000 copy edition of New Titans 38 that the Ink Alliance exclusively has. So first off, congratulations to you all. We cannot understate what you have built will mean historically for the future of comics and the future of Black comics and creators and entrepreneurship in this industry. It can't be overstated. And so congratulations and thank you for what all of you did, because it takes a lot of courage to do the things that no one else has done yet.
Thanks, Joe.
I know that with Milestone. I mean, when we were there in the 90s, like, you know, everyone, the founders took bullets in that time so that others who would come after them wouldn't have to take the same bullets. And, you know, one of the things that really spoke to me and what y'all were saying is what, you know, there are a number of things that Mr. Marcell said, but one of them really spoke about being of service, which is a true mark of leadership, is when it's not about you, it's about being of service to others.
Yes, sir.
And what you are all doing is a true example of leadership, because number one, as Marcell said, it was putting away the egos and totally ignoring the crabs in a barrel mentality that has plagued our community in many industries, including this one. And y'all came together and created this alliance. And to tell you how impressive this alliance is, beyond what you already know and are experiencing, I had the pleasure of meeting Phillip in person at San Diego Comic-Con. My wife was with me. My wife actually admonished me for messing up Phillip's documentary. So Phillip, I owe you one. But she is not of this world, but she was impressed by the coalition and the idea of the coalition and the idea of cooperative economics that the coalition represents. And so this is not just a symbol for the comic book community and the Black comics community. This is a symbol, period, about entrepreneurship, right? And then secondly, a high-level luminary of the industry. I had a phone conversation with him the other day, and I told him about the Ink Alliance, and he said something to me which he does not usually say about most things, because he's the kind of person that would rather just be a hermit. He said, I want to know more. And so I sent him a link to an article. I gave him an email address, which Mr. Rollins kindly gave me. And so that person will hopefully be in touch very soon. I got a number of texts from people saying, hey, where is this shop? Do you know how to get in contact with the Ink Alliance? Someone I know wants to get in contact with them. So like, it's already done. It's happening. I mean, we can't even understand it because it's not us, but for y'all, it's happening so quickly. It's happening so furiously. And I imagine something that you're going through, which is the unfortunate consequence of leadership and establishing something, is you have a lot of people asking you for something. They're asking you for a solution to their problem. They're asking you to tell them what the next 5 years, 10 years is going to look like. They're asking you, how can I be down?
A lot of new friends, huh, Mike?
Yeah, a lot of new friends, a lot of new friends from high school who had no time for you, or a lot of new friends from the industry who had no time for you are suddenly your friends. And so you're going through a lot of that.
Now I'm hot. They all on me.
Well, listen, I mean, that is part of the reality of business and of success. And what it will behoove all of us to do is to give you space and give you time to answer all of the questions and to grow what you've created in a way that it can last.
That's right.
Because if we put too much pressure on you and it fails, then we're going to say, well, damn, that was good while it lasted, and take none of the responsibility for it.
That's right. That's right.
So we have to give you the space and the time to make this work. And we have to understand that nothing comes out of the womb perfect. Right? So we understand that. Right? And, you know, to really speak to, you know, Sanford's contribution, I think there are a number of things. I think number one, we're tricked into being in this position where we compare Blackness to white dominated constructs and white dominated iconography and white dominated business structures. And that's really doing us a disservice, because we're better. We are so better that Blackness is elusive to everybody else. We are so better that no matter what you do to us, we choose to be magnanimous. We are so better that even in this time when things look bleak And there are attempts from the highest institutions at erasure and marginalization and subjugation and rewriting of history. You know, we're still thriving. And so we're better. We're better to the point where when our Blackness is purchased, the purchasers do not understand it. They understand that it is special, but they do not understand it. So they don't understand when Sanford Greene does a cover of Cyborg and Static at the turntables and on the mic.
Come on, man.
They don't understand that Static was founded and established in 1993, the same year that Wu-Tang Clan emerged into the world. They don't understand that Cyborg was established in 1980 in DC Comics Presents 26, which introduced the new Teen Titans, and that the 80s and the 90s are the most fundamental decades for the hip-hop culture.
Yes, sir.
That changed music, fashion, everything we understand entirely. That's not just a cover. It is history. It is Black history and it's cultural history. Its symbolism is more than two characters who were both in animated cartoons that were putting together in one image. It's code. It's code for our greatness.
Speak on it, Joe.
Right? And so I dare say we're incomparable. And I don't say that with ego. I say it as the fact. Right? Blackness is incomparable in this world. And what we represent cannot be quantified. The algorithm cannot measure it.
Come on.
It cannot be reduced to metrics.
That's right.
Right? I'm reminded of that every day. And so, you know, with today as this celebration of what you all have done and this celebration of Static, who is this character that has just disobeyed all of the physics and went against all the plans, right? Static has managed to endure no matter how many times he's been canceled in publication, no matter how many times he's been marginalized, no matter that he got 4 seasons of an animated series and did not get an ongoing series after that, or action figures or merchandise. He is in disobedience of all of that, the same way the Ink Alliance is in disobedience of the dynamics of our times. You know, and to answer the question about what the future of Milestone is, I can't authoritatively speak to it, but what I can say is that we are accelerating the plan. We are accelerating the return. And this is a collective victory.
Yes, sir.
Because this is a collective achievement. And if you are told that the way things are rolling out was always the plan, what you're being told is not true, because that's just not how the universe works. The universe works by cause and effect. One thing changes another thing, changes another thing, changes another thing. It's still in motion right now. We don't know how this is going to end or pan out, but we do know that all of our efforts got us to here. And we're all just going to have to keep moving forward and into the spirit of what you have all created. Ego has to go out the window. The crabs in the barrel mentality has to go out the window. all of the chest puffing out and all of the big talk and the all capital letters and people measuring their penises online. That all has to come to an end.
Yep.
We are at a truly great moment here.
Mm-hmm.
And we can change things forever. This year, next year, and that's it.
All facts.
That's right.
We can change things forever.
Woo! Y'all ain't tell me Joe was gonna be preaching today, man.
Tearing up.
All right, I'm over here like, hey.
I mean, Mike, look at
Joe
the
the mayor for a
magnitude.
reason.
Look at the magnitude of what happened. I mean, you got my mentor out rocking and rolling, Sanford. You got Paul out here moving and grooving. Phil out here with the baldy glistening. You know, I'm reverting. Let me stop.
Mostly glistening. Mostly.
I'm reverting. Let me stop. But nah, y'all listen. Y'all absolutely deserve it because we apologize and we don't know how hard it is. Bottom line, we ain't see this before and we can't wait to see what's next. So absolutely.
I think what's dope. I mean, the one thing I want to say real quick, brother Illidge, man, you know, you always come through and you got the right thing to say. I mean, we can actually end the show and we can all go to bed, man. Everything's been said.
Right.
We keep it at 100.
Right.
But I just
Phil.
want to say, you know, I want everybody that's, and I'm talking to just us on these cameras. I want everybody to take a second and really enjoy this particular moment. Because this is a moment that at some particular point, you're going to go back and we're going to look at this and be like, damn, man, you know what? This really happened. And the fact that we're living in a state where we can actually see this history is right here unfolding right before our eyes. I remember when we first came, we talked about this. Oh yeah, this was great. This was dope. But now it's to the point where, hey, it's real. It is. Look, I sit back. I'm even though I'm halfway involved, I'm still a fan of this particular situation. I'm still hitting. You know, me and Mike was on the phone. I'm trying to make sure my order was right because I'm trying to make sure. I'm tripping. I'm like,
hold on. Phil, I apologize to interrupt you. I definitely apologize. And chat, it's my birthday month, and y'all know I've been behaving, and I've been on my best chocolate behavior.
Oh,
that ish is about to go out the window. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I bring you, check it out, the one and only, the legend, the Hall of Famer. That is Howard. Go! I tried. It doesn't stop. I tried. I tried to contain it.
Wow.
I tried to behave. That's out the window. And I know he's sitting there going, this guy's a nut. It is what it is. It is what it is. Phil, back to you. I'm sorry.
Wait a second. Wait a minute.
I tried.
You
know what?
Dennis on. Did you stop? You there for the comment? Dennis, what's up, brother? We love you, brother. When this dude, hey, everybody right here, we thought he was bringing Dennis on the way he did that. Maybe something wrong with me. Maybe something wrong with me because he sounded like Dennis was backstage. So, brother Calvin, I love you to death, man. I'm hoping I've got to get the Sanford Greene cover, man. I swear to God, if y'all from Ink Alliace don't get him one, we fighting. Mike,
hey, I got you,
man. Don't worry about it. He already got his cover.
I got you. Let me say, hey, Dennis Cowan knows we had a conversation when he was here in Chicago, and I told him about what I had at that time. It was just a vision, and he sat down with me for over an hour in Chicago and encouraged me, and he poured into me the history of this industry and what I'd have against me in trying to do something like this. And so he's a very important part of this, and I'm just glad that he's on to witness this. Mm-hmm. And I want to say to Joe that I remember when the New History of DC dropped, Dakota incident, and he put out the charge for us to sell that out. Yes, and I accepted that charge as a retailer, and I started reaching out to other retailers, not just black ones, all of them, and saying, we need to sell this out. We need to go to second printing. I need all of your help. And they're coming to me talking about, well, what's special about this book? And I'm giving them game on what Milestone means to our community. You know what I mean? Because they get a lot of black customers. They've never stopped to ask what was so special about that moment. And they're asking me. And I'm like, at that point, I had already been working out the blueprint with Phil on what the Ink Alliance would be. But Joe, you were such a big part of the foundation of this, the launch of this, you know, how we built that momentum and how it led into this cover and what Static is doing. You were so much a part of it that we wouldn't have been able to do this without you two gentlemen. So it means the world that you are both here and present in this moment with us, because you're a huge part of it. So thank you.
Yep. Hey, I'll piggyback off of that. Uncle Joe been a mentor for me for years. And when he put the call out, this is before the Ink Alliance even came about. And that's the first thing I did as a newer retailer, was ordered up on that second printing of that Dakota incident. So shout out to Uncle Joe. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, Mr. Mack. Thank you, Mike. Mike, who I think we first met. Was it 2024?
It was San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was after the Eisners. It was Eisner's after party.
Yep.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, another thing is, it's a thrill to be surprised in this industry. And I had no idea about this. And when I read the article online, it blew my mind. It blew my mind because, number one, it's great to not know everything, right? We can still be human and have fun, but also really fortuitously, I feel like that announcement came out 2 weeks after a historic episode of this show in which all of the Black comic lords asked for unity.
Come on now.
In our community.
Come on now.
And said that we were going to put a boycott on any kind of toxicity and separatism. And so there was just such a, I mean, I am a firm believer in providence. I know that there are things beyond science. I am a firm believer in a higher power. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in correlations, recognized and unrecognized. And there was something to the moment where both those narratives came together in generally the same space and time. And it's just amazing to behold. It's great to be here in this moment. And, you know, we will be of service to you. We will not only ask of you, we will be of service. So please don't hesitate to ask of us. And, you know, be confident that we will commit to providing more top level books that will be worthy of the Ink Alliance. And the message of unity in our community thematically will be continuing throughout this year. I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
That's what we're talking about.
So can we, well, me and Mike be able to let y'all in on a little secret from the 2025 San Diego Comic-Con. All right, so
hold on.
That was
we need to hit the Black Comic Lords exclusive. What's what are you doing, man?
Damn you. Damn you. You may that's gonna seem more important than what it was. All right, so
we even made you big, brother. Go ahead.
When we met Joe and Sanford and stuff like that, me and Mike, we were going to the Eisners and we like completely overdressed. Like we were like 3 pay grades over what we should have been wearing in terms of, you know, finances. So we were walking down the street and this young white gentleman, he had to be like 7, 8. He was like,
gentleman, he was a kid.
He was a kid.
He was a kid.
He said, are you guys cosplaying as smoking snack from Sinners, right?
Emotional damage.
Look, he stopped us. We was walking and gliding. We was looking real good.
We were, and we actually had the colors. It was I was wearing.
He was
blue,
wearing blue. I
red.
had on like a little burgundy red. I say all that to say this though, right? Like when Joe bring it up, like when he met us and all that stuff, and Sanford said out his mouth, he was like, "Man, I thought y'all was like some movie execs or producers the way y'all drink." So our whole conversation,
it's that Chicago style.
With everybody like that night, they was like, "Who are these motherfuckers?" Right? And it was great though, because we had like maybe 2.5 hours worth of very authentic conversations. And you think about it, it happened last year, and like looking at where we are like right now, and even for Sanford to think a Mike when he was creating this cover, like you think about the turnaround for this is really a year turnaround. So when we saying we trying to pick our next steps in an intentional way, we're not saying like we're trying to go slow, but we are trying to go with like this thoughtfulness that is beneficial to the culture. Because when we had those conversations, we weren't thinking about man, this can happen. It was more so like the authenticity of, and I think if we stay true to like the nature of that, we gonna be fine. Like the moment we're trying to start doing stuff for the benefit of an individual or like doing things the industry needs this. No, we know what we felt when we was kids when we walked into a comic book store and they either looked at us like we was about to take something or they didn't acknowledge us at all, right? And so if we going with the mission of, building out what we want everybody to feel within this culture, this industry, and that authenticity, that's how we met Sanford. That's how we sat down and got blessings from Joe. Like he really, the same stuff he's saying here, he was dropping gems like that on the fly. I think he was like moving around, dropping gems with like 50 people within a 3-hour span. And everybody like, oh my God, and it was a beautiful thing. But
that's because
like,
Joe
we don't get there. We don't get there without our suits. Right. The suits got us in the door. We get there without our suits. But we also don't get that. We don't get there without like the authenticity, like me and Mike represent, but also like with Ink Alliace, like what we trying to do is just bring authenticity to this. So
and can I ask really quick, because he's been silent, but y'all talk about wanting to hear people. Byron, I'm gonna need you to come
Byron, bring that D voice on here, dog. You over here trying to hold out, dog.
All of us have such important parts to play, and I have not heard my brother speak yet. I want to hear from Byron down in Texas, the only Black-owned comic shop in the entire state of Texas.
Talk
Byron,
to us.
How you feeling, man? Byron, maybe that's why we ain't hear you, brother. You're muted. Go. Yep. Try it again. Come on, Byron. Dig it out.
Hold on.
Take your time.
You off mute, Byron.
See, all this time, Byron has something to say, and that's why we ain't heard it yet.
Byron, you may have to reset your connection.
Okay. Can I say something while Byron gets himself set up?
Please do.
Okay. I want to say something to what Marcell said. I'm gonna tell you two things. Number one, my mom is Jamaican. And so I was raised to understand that whenever you go to a big event, you dress up.
Always.
So
even to take a
dress however they want to at the Eisners. When I go to the Eisners, that's the Academy Awards of Comics. I'm going dressed up. Secondly, when I was in my teenage years and my early 20s, I kind of lost my way from how my mother brought me up. I think I was just trying to be an individual, whatever. And when I was interning at Milestone, I think it was even before. No, I think they had just given me a part-time job as assistant to the president. Derek Dingle, the president, Derek T. Dingle, out of nowhere, he said, "Hey, I'm going to take you to lunch." And we got in a cab and we went to Macy's Herald Square, like the Macy's where the Thanksgiving Day parade that gets televised all over the United States takes place. And he took me downstairs, lower level of Macy's through the spiral staircase. and there was like the men's dressy department. Suits, ties, dress shirts, shoes, all of that. And he had me fitted, and he bought me my first blazer as an adult.
Nice.
And he said to me, I can teach you, I can get you through the door. After that, it's going to be on you.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you said, Marcell, that a number of conversations happened because you two were dressed that way, please accept my correction. I do not feel that you were overdressed. I feel that you were properly dressed. I had an older white gentleman who was a supervisor of mine, and after we parted ways in business, he saw me at an event dressed in a suit, and he said I was overdressed.
Mm-hmm.
He is no longer in this business, and I am. So when we dress up, we are not overdressing.
Facts.
We are dressing in parallel to our greatness, which is why when the Black Panther film happened and a number of people went out in full cultural regalia, that was not cosplay. That was pride. That was an understanding of this moment.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so, I mean, you two gentlemen, you were right for the moment, and that proved itself in these conversations that probably wouldn't happen otherwise, because the question, hey, who are you? That opens the doors to a lot of things. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's your moment.
Yep.
And so it was great meeting y'all, speaking with y'all that night. I remember some of the conversations that we had, but at the end of the day, it was just all about bringing more of us together.
That's right. Facts. That's right.
And compelling each other to come forward. Like, we cannot be casual with one another. I think there's this thing that happens in the community where people expect automatic reward because we all have melanin. And we act as if a high standard is too much to ask for.
Come on, man.
When in fact, that's not the truth.
That's right. Man.
And in fact, it behooves us to ask of each other the high standard, because when we meet our collective high standard, we've already aced everybody else's high standard.
Talk to him.
Say it again, Joe. I'm sorry.
Create a new standard.
Say it again, Joe.
I'm gonna make you full screen. I'm gonna make you full screen.
Say it again.
Yes, that, you know, when we have achieved our collective high standard by pushing each other to achieve it, we've aced everybody else's high standard. And that's it. So there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with going to the limit.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with getting dressed up. Like, it's not cosplay.
Come on, man. Striving for excellence.
It's who we are.
It's
exactly.
It's taste making.
100%. I became known as one of the best dressed people in comics, and I remember someone asked me, well, why you here dressed like that? And I said, why not dress this way for comics?
Come on, man.
Is comics lesser than?
That's right.
Comics is better than.
Talk that.
Comics is the best visual and narrative medium that human society has invented for itself. It is superior to all of the others, which is why comics have literally changed the world. Comics have changed the world to the point where there are systems that resent the power of comics because they resent the power of Marvel Studios. Well, Marvel Studios came from the Marvel Age of Comics from 1962 to 1969.
That's right.
Comics changed the world.
Absolutely.
Let's just be clear about that. The comics are the most innovative medium. So yeah, I will dress the best for comics.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Because comics deserves it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Paul, you already know how I feel about this.
Man, I'm getting emotional, bruh.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is why I love having Joe on the show, man. That's my dude.
Yep.
Man. This is why we do. Hey, look, this is why the way we are. This is what it's supposed to be. Like when I did collections in black and it was about, I'm like, no, man, this stuff stands up to fine art, if not better, man. I could put a still freeze, I could put a Cowan up against whoever in any damn museum, and it's not even like I'll throw Billy Graham up there up against you, and it's not a game.
Come on,
you know, this is real. Talk about no damn Rembrandt, and no disrespect. But you know, we ain't even got to talk. We going to even a Kirby splash page look better than half the shit in the damn museum. Like this is what we're talking about, man. And it's just for me, I get passionate about this because that's one of the reasons why I did collections in black. Cause I'm doing all this art stuff. I'm in these museums. I'm doing all this type of stuff, and I'm trying to get them to understand that this can compete with fine art. And if we're being honest, some of this, if not most of this, is even better. The technical aspects of just the inks of what Sean Martinborough does, who doesn't get the accolades that he deserves, who I think is one of the illest in the game. There's so many, and just the storytelling, the visual storytelling. When we sat back, and I'm gonna be done, when we did OAX, and I remember when we put out them Billy Graham KKK pages, and to see that without any of the text, and just to see these big giant 11x7, and some were even bigger because Billy Graham had put 2 pages together, and to sit back and you look at it, the fine detail in this. And I remember me and Otis sat there, and we just were mesmerized as in just how beautiful this was. You know, comics as a medium is at the top of the mountaintop. I mean, that is the reason why these movies are billion-dollar industry sellers, because of the source material.
Absolutely.
And if we're being honest, these movies only do right when they follow the source material.
Absolutely.
That's why Spider-Man made so much money. You wanna know why? Because you felt like you was you was looking at the comic on the screen.
Talk about
it. You sat back. You actually saw the covers in real life, in real time on the screen. Imagine all the films that didn't do what they were supposed to do if they were just followed the blueprint that was already laid behind them. I'm not gonna say it's easy because it's a filmmaker. Of course, it's not easy, but you understand the context in which I'm talking. You have the blueprint laid out in front of you. Just follow the blueprint, and you'll win every time. I'm gonna be done. We got so many people on here. Brother Illidge, I appreciate you, man. You said everything that I say all the time. And this is real. This is real.
Could you imagine?
You can't tell me that you read the first 2 pages of Hardware #1, written by Dwayne McDuffie, and not consider that to be some of the finest words ever written in literature.
That's right.
Not comics.
Not comics.
Literature.
Yep.
For black folk to read those 2 pages, those 2 opening pages about releasing that cage bird. Finest words written in literature.
Yep.
Fact. And then you get to the 3rd page and you get the core lesson. The core lesson. Escape is impossible until one perceives all of the barriers. The core lesson. And I want to quickly, put some respect on Mr. Thompson's name, because I was in an interview a few days ago, and before the interview really kicked off, we got to talking about collections in black, and it showed some of the framed art. And a number of you have probably heard about how Jack Kirby got a street named after him finally here in New York, Jack Kirby Way, and the big celebration about Kirby at San Diego Comic-Con. Jack Kirby is the illustrator was the illustrator, God rest his soul, of Fantastic 452. Fantastic 452, first appearance of the Black Panther. He envisioned all of that. He envisioned all of that at a time when we were literally being lynched.
Come on.
We were being murdered. We were being beaten. We were being hosed. We were having dogs sicked on us. And
Malcolm X just got assassinated.
Right? And what Phil is doing with Finding 52 is a search for the original art. This is not just comic book history. This is not just American history. This is global history. This is not trivial. It is the comic book industry equivalent of the Sistine Chapel by Michelangelo. The record is incomplete without that book. And so thank you for what you're doing.
That's right.
Phil, this is not just a Black cause. It's an artistic cause. It should be a cause across all cultures to find these pages because of what they mean, right? And again, I did say earlier that Blackness was elusive to those people who are not Black. But damn if Kirby did not find something in himself.
Man, talk about it.
To visualize T'Challa and the Wakanda that would be the basis upon which Don McGregor and Rich Buckler and Billy Graham would work, that would then lead to people like Marcus McLaurin and Dennis Cowan, which would then lead to Christopher Priest and Sal Velluto and Mark Texeira and on and on and on. So many people in that lineage, and while they're not all genetically Black, make no mistake, they are our brothers.
Yes, sir.
So this is important work.
And
elections in Black is important.
Thank you.
The search for Fantastic 452 is important. The recording and collection and curation and preservation and uplifting of our art is of high importance, highest importance.
Man, this brother about to make me cry.
And what did he say earlier about there not being, Joe? You were saying you don't believe in coincidence, right? What was it that you said you believed in again? It was
only correlations recognized or unrecognized.
That's it. Now let me give a correlation. At the same time we were announcing the Ink Alliance, we had the announcement of the Kickstarter at the time for Big Phil, and they were happening on the same. We had the same live stream, and we were talking about the Ink Alliance, and Big Phil was there to talk about the Kickstarter for Finding 52. And it didn't even occur to me until I was just listening to you talk, how when you brought up Kirby, right, and how essential his work was to the creation of this, right? When we had to think of a logo for the Ink Alliance, when we were thinking through what would our symbol be, right? It was, and some of you may have seen it. I'm going to let Phillip talk about the inspiration of it, but it's just bringing to me how true Joe's statement is about there not being coincidence, because the Ink Alliance own logo coincides with Kirby in a very special way that ties in to what Phil is creating. Phillip, you real quick.
We got two fellas, man. You got to be specific.
He know who I'm talking. He know who I'm talking about. Go ahead, Venom.
So, Ink Alliance logo. It was easy, coming up with the name was the hardest part. And I didn't want to do anything generic when I was talking. talking it over. I talked to John Jennings. I talked to a couple other people, and I was mulling over some stuff, and I talked to Leroy Rockwell, Ken Patterson, the designer of the logo. And so I said, hey, I need this quick. And, you know, ink is already black, but ink could be different colors as well, too. And, you know, I wanted it to be very comic specific. So if you notice on our logo, it's not ink blots, it's the Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle. I called
it. It's the Kirby Crackle. And so that's very specific. It stands out. It's the hint of color around the blots or the crackles. And, you know, it pays a homage to history as well, too. And it's very important. And comics, I tell people this all the time at my shop Offbeat, whether they know it or not, comics are art. Editing is an art. Lettering is an art.
That's right.
You know, pencilings are art. Inkings are art. People still look at comics to this day, and I always try to educate them. Comics are not just for kids. Comics are a medium for everybody. And we have to respect that. And I'm trying to teach people to respect it because they like The Watchmen and they like Walking Dead. And I'm like, those are not for kids. And I said, that's also a form of art. I said, how you read it, how you depict it, it's all art. But back to the logo, yeah, this is all Kirby inspired. And John Jennings was an inspiration for that because he had an exhibit called Black Kirby, which is all Jack Kirby inspired with black characters and stuff. And so, yeah, I just gotta give a shout out to John, man. He's a big inspiration, man.
Yep, very much. And now
Brother Illidge, I just want to say, man, I appreciate the kind words, man. You know how much I respect you, and you know the community respects you, and it means a lot to me, man. Brother almost had me halfway tearing up. But you don't too hard for that. I'm about to cry.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're taking on the hard work.
I love you, bro, and I appreciate it. And you know, sometimes it's those are the type of things that kind of keep you focused and going because it's a lot of times I sit back and I do it, and I just do it because I feel like it's just something that needs to be done. You know what I mean? And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, this has never been done before. Let me get to it. But I'm not going to disappoint y'all with this Finding 52. I promise y'all, man, it's going to be something incredible. And it couldn't be done without y'all. We reached our goal. Y'all can always add more, cuz we can always use more.
Here we go.
Let's not be shy here. But I just wanted to make sure we reach it. And it's just it's emotional for me because Black Panther is more than a character for me. Black Panther represents my youth. It represents my relationship with my brothers and my dad, and it's real, So I appreciate it.
Byron, you got your mic fixed.
Yeah, I do believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, there let's go, baby. Hold on.
There he is.
We're not gonna let him talk like that.
Whoa.
Hey, y'all.
I'm gonna make you big.
It's like having Barry White in the building.
You made me big. Thank you, sir.
I got you.
Well,
got to.
Very briefly, I just want to say, it is an incredible honor to be part of this coalition, part of this organization, this entity that we call the Ink Alliance. Very similar. It always feels to me the first time I got approached by Mike, aka Nick Fury, with the phone call, a phone call very in the vein of Nick Fury, where he had a conversation with me, and I admittedly quite skeptical about what he wanted from me. But I did, perform my due diligence, and I, said yes, I'm interested. And the part that really got to me was when he started talking numbers, talking about 10 comic book stores and less than 1%. That really hit me. So it wasn't lost on me. Those numbers were not lost on me because Joe had those 2 volumes of the Black Comic Guide. So I'm more of a cerebral individual. I'm an academic. You know, tell me information, tell me facts, tell me figures, give me a timeline, tell me numbers, and you got me. So when those numbers matched everything that he was talking, I was definitely in. So when we first met via Zoom, we had the conversation about the mission and the vision of the Ink Alliance. I was saying to myself, this is going to be something much, much bigger. And that was incredibly important to me because my goal, individual goal for my bookstore is to serve as a creative incubator space. Yeah, we're your friendly neighborhood comic book store, but we are more than that. And that's the part that you can't do by yourself. You can't do that alone. And so when the Ink Alliance came, it came at a time that was incredibly serendipitous for that being able to reach a larger audience, for there to be able to have a larger platform. So when this opportunity came, I was all on board, and I'm incredibly excited about meeting in a more intentional way the other Ink Alliance founding members. I knew Sean, and I hadn't had an opportunity to meet his lovely wife, Ragan. Hey, Ragan. So that was great for me to be able to know these individuals who I'd only read about in the comic guide. So to see that we were all on the same page, that we all had our unique gifts and talents and strengths, region by region, store by store, city by city, state by state. There was nothing that you could tell me that was impossible. And still to this day, there's nothing that you can tell me that's impossible. I am a strong believer in group empowerment. Together we are stronger. Also, I also believe that we're not a monolith. We have unique backgrounds that can somehow, given the situation, can help inform or problem solve or think about things in a way that perhaps the rest of us had not thought about. So I think that all of those things, I believe that Mike and Phil have the foresight and the vision to make sure that we are all empowered, but we are all on the same ship. So thank you to Mike. Thank you to Phillip. Thank you to all of my Ink Alliance squad. And Joe, please do not forget that you owe me another interview. Right. So we got I got the chance to meet Joe on what was it, Batman Day?
It was Batman Day. I think it was Batman Day 2021.
Yeah. And listen, this man put me through my paces, and I enjoyed every second of it. Every single second of it. So we talked about it was just the flyer. What I thought was I was trying to be cute and trying to be creative and clever. And he was like, yes, but no, this is not going to work. And here's why. And so I went back and we went back and forth over the flyer, over how it should look and how, like, the aesthetic. And once I finally got his approval, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was on 10. I was like, yeah, Joe said yes. Yeah. So the in the conversation, he's dope. So everybody knows. It's like
You're very kind. And
yeah.
we're doing that sequel. And listen, that was just me being an editor. That was just me pulling out my editorial chops. But yeah, I remember that interview, and let's do another one very soon. And just gonna throw it out there. If anyone's still on the fence about attending Baltimore Comic-Con, you better get off that fence.
We'll be there.
Because the theme of unity will be continuing starting September 25th. And by the time is over, it will be the blackest Baltimore Comic-Con ever. And those who have underestimated us will stop doing so.
Heard. Oh, one more thing. Phil, Big Phil.
Yes, sir.
I still am working on getting you down here to H-Town for that screening and for the exhibition, your art exhibition, because it's beyond words. The creative idea that you created with an art exhibition. That effing brilliant.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I will be in Dallas. We'll be. I guess we could drop the news, right? I mean, we'll be shooting. I'll be shooting. No.
That's not how we do things out here. Don't have to brand new all of a sudden. Stop doing that.
So what's going to happen is that it looks as if we're in the process. I mean, we're in the process of going through all the red tape, and I'm probably, putting the cart before the horse, but it's going to happen, man. This is what happens. I've done it before. I will be at. We're working on the dates. We're working on the logistics. Going to Heritage, because might as well go to the biggest auction house to talk about Kirby. I mean, if we're going to do it, we got to do it the right way. That looks like that might actually be the first stop. So I know Dallas and Houston isn't necessarily right around the corner. You know what I mean? Yeah. But just letting you know that I'll be in Texas. So we'll figure out something. I'll be coming back though to link up with you in particular.
Okay.
Yeah. For the record, in case anyone had any questions about it, the Black Comic Lords will be in attendance at both Baltimore Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con.
Hey, let me say something.
No,
I'm not from New York. I'm not from New York.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say 2 years ago, I think I did a precursor. It wasn't, so. I think I may have had one of the first blackest joints because I had my first collection in Black Panel was at Baltimore Con. It was me, Afua, Sanford, Still Freeze, Swabby. It was Keith Williams, and Stephanie Williams. So that joint, listen. So y'all, I know y'all gonna come with it. I'm just, so we keep adding on. You know what I mean? So
I'll simply say,
part 2 coming.
Check us out at Baltimore and New York. I'll just leave it at that. Joe,
nice.
Given that you're a Jamaican brother, I will say, big things are quad. Big things are quad.
We need to
love it. Love it. Excellent.
Big teams.
Looking forward to the revelations.
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen, do we have anything else we were going to talk about? You know, other stuff I was going to talk about just seems kind of minuscule at this point.
If it ain't Ink Alliance, nobody want to hear about nothing today. Let's not play games. If it ain't Ink Alliance, if it's not about these 13, first off, we just glossed over the fact that they immediately just went from 10 to 13. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But if it ain't Ink Alliance, nobody want to hear nothing.
We'll get more details.
Well, wait a minute. Well, we got to get props though. Wait a minute, because there's this other black books that came out today too. Sean Martinborough did this EC joint for Shell Shop. So we not. I don't want to let that just go by the wayside. Shout out to the young homie Martinborough, and also too, if y'all going to get the new DC Connect joint, they got the Sanford Greene cover.
Oh snap!
Yeah, man, I see. And watch this though. If you open it up, they got the black and white art of Sanford's covers in there. So I mean, 5 pages of black and white art for Sanford. So. You know,
and shout out to Stephanie Williams.
Yeah.
Continuing her run in the Wonder Woman universe.
This woman is insane.
Shout out also to Clayton Henry. If y'all don't know who Clayton Henry is, this man's art is so clean. It is so nice. I know people talk about this. Stephanie's a fantastic writer. To have her story combined with an artist of this caliber is gold. Black creators on this character on this book, so check that out. Check this out.
Yeah.
Phil,
all right.
You know what's funny? Big Phil, literally. Think about. Someone told me today. It was like, yo, chocolate, blah 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 blah. Sit down and reflect, because you just keep moving. You don't get a chance to sit down and reflect. And I'm just reflecting on not even the individual accolades of us, but I'm just looking at the community at large. You got Stephanie nominated for an Eisner, right? Best writer. You got some of our dopest artists are getting their light. My boy TC, I call him TC, Torrin Clark. He's been dropping the dopest covers on everything, literally everything. Marvel, DC. He's dropping the dopest covers ever, right? I absolutely highlighted my boy Phil, right? So my mentor talked about Lulu. I already gave y'all the story about how my wife don't know nothing about comics. Like literally, it is what it is. But she knows these chocolate checks. She don't know nothing about comics. All she knows is Daddy bagging boy these books. Give me my money. That's all she care about. That's all she know. But the fact that she was at Collectors in Black having art conversations literally adjacent to Sanford and Stephanie, and she was able to have these conversations and didn't feel belittled or less than in the room, because Phil curated a room where everyone, wherever you are on an artistic level, he had something for you, and it sparked the conversation and the curiosity, right? It wasn't an elitist group, right? Heroes Con, I look at Mega Con, all these other situations, right? Permeating from last year, the Black Comic Lords Con, where we, the Black Comic Lords, gave the legend his first Hall of Fame award, or his first award, to then have him get his Hall of Fame award, and then literally say in that room, in front of the Eisners, in front of everyone, thank you for this award. But the Black Comic Lords gave it to us first. Sanford, who has been dropping dope covers left and right, all these amazing things that's happening, right, in our indie space and in our art space, now to the Ink Alliance, who are like, whoa, don't forget about me. We're going to rock and roll here too. And I go back and I go, Phil, damn it, my boy, you were prophetic. Because last year, around November, you literally said that next year is going to be and you said it poignantly. It's not a Black comic renaissance. You said it's going to be a Black arts renaissance. And I'm looking at where we at right now, and I'm like, my boy, I don't know if you're a Bible person like me, and I know you are, but my boy, you are absolutely prophetic. Like, that ain't come from you. That ain't come from you. Like my mentor talking about, he doesn't believe in coincidence, he believes in providence. Listen, I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I believe in certain things. He just puts it in you. It's not within you. It's with the gift that he gave you. And my boy, you are absolutely prophetic in that. Because look who we have here. Look at who we have this year. Look, and it's not to say we, the Black comic nerds, but look at what's happened in this culture. Static coming back. We got Vixen moving, right? We got Morgan Hampton with different situations, but all of that, Black, the connection between you, Kirby, Ink Alliance, Finding 52. And I'm just like, yo, if you ain't on this train, I feel bad for you because we ain't even leave the station yet, and you see what we doing. I feel bad if you're not on this train, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, come on now. I don't need to say nothing. I don't. This is not the chocolate show. This is our show, and we're gonna leave it there. Paul, I'll give you the floor.
Can I just throw in one epilogue, please, Paul?
Absolutely.
Oh man, come on!
You're talking about all these accomplishments. Yesterday, no. You have to be proper and ask when you're in someone's space.
This is your house, Joe. This is your house, your family, bro. Come on.
You're very kind. Yesterday, Ray Anthony Height announced the founding and the establishing of the very first annual Compton Comic Con.
Yeah.
Right? Think about that. Right? Listen, and a few months ago, Greg Burnham announced the first annual BACE.
BACE.
To Comic Expo.
Let's go.
We are continuing to grow. Continuing. This never stops. Like, I had someone once ask me, he said something like, how do you keep coming back from all these knockdowns, and how do you keep like changing your agenda? And I said, you don't get it. It's the same mission. All the same mission. And I'm going to keep getting back up until they're tired of trying to knock me down. Understand that just won't land.
Come on, man.
So that's what we're doing, right? There's one singular mission that encompasses all of us. And to what Chocolate said, if you're not about unity in this moment in time, you're an anachronism.
I'm done. I'm not even talking for the rest of the show. We don't. Why? Just why? I'm done.
Oh wow.
Well, I think this is it though. I mean, we had all the divisive stuff at the time that they were, boycotting, and you had a lot of people questioning whether or not, we needed to have a conversation about whether we support Black indies versus the big publishers, and then you had all these rifts going on, and we kept saying that, showing ourselves aligned, showing ourselves together, having cooperative economics will bring more people into this medium than all this dysfunction ever would. I think we're starting to see the fruits of that labor. Like all of the work that we've done to build this alliance, but not only the alliance, but having the alliance coordinate and collaborate with organizations like the Black Comic Lords, with the publishers, and even those indies that we've been talking about and putting in our shop. I got Ace Blade over here. I got Strange Comics over here. All up and down these aisles, you'll see how we coordinate and collaborate. And when we do that and we show people that excitement around the work that we're doing together, is drawing more people into this medium. And that's why I feel like this is our moment, because we're bringing more people into this space off the strength of this unity, off the strength of what we're creating together in this space, and all of the noise that gets thrown out there weekly from folks who are just angry for no reason. They're gonna be angry regardless.
It's noise. It's noise.
Come on now.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Might as well.
Paul, can I say one more thing before we wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
Before you guys wrap up and stuff, I want to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Ink Alliance. Some of you might know, I was located in a mall location. I know Joe's been at my shop. I was really proud of that shop and that location. Unfortunately, it was the second mall to get bought up under me, and I had to move. And I only had like a couple of months to make the move happen.
Give us your new address, Tony. Give us your new address.
3983 La Vista Road, Suite 189, Tucker, Georgia 30084.
All
right. But the Ink Alliance members were, really supportive. I was keeping up with like people's text messages, stuff on the website, the emails when they were coming through. And to me, it was special because it pushed me to get in this new location and get my shop opened up and functioning again, just to make sure that I could, be a part of this release with my other Ink Alliance members. And I just wanted to say thank you, to all of them, for stepping out. But like I said, this wasn't easy. I basically went from something that was over 8,000 square feet, and because I had to move quick, I'm trying to cram everything into 4,000 square feet. Matter of fact, when Sean and Ragan came by, my store, I'm literally trying to give them display cases and racks, because I wanted them to find good homes, So, I wanted to, tell everybody, thank you for, being supportive and helping me out and keeping me moving forward and energized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
That's what we need to be doing. We need to be supporting and helping each other.
That's what it's about. I mean, that's the thing that you all don't. I mean, we've only been in existence a short time, but the most beautiful thing about this experience has been the friendships and the support that we've given each other. We were toasting it up before this, talking about how much this means to us. Sean and Ragan did a tour and they drove around the country to each of these Ink Alliance. They tried to get to all of us, but they made it around to most of the Ink Alliance shops. And this is who was saying it earlier, talking about putting egos aside and just focusing on doing the work together. I've built real friendships with stores all across this country, and all of this happened within such a short amount of time. I'm incredibly thankful. Y'all picked up the phone when Nick Fury picked a call and didn't hang up. And I just appreciate this moment, celebrating it with you all, because this didn't happen just because Phil and I, this happened because all of us decided to put those egos aside and work.
We're family, Mike.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ragan. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're family.
Appreciate y'all, Ink Alliance.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hold on, we got to do that right. Let me do that. Going out. I want to touch on one thing. I know Paul's going to talk about the pre-order, so I don't even need to worry about that. But y'all already know pre-order. But to the community, and this one comes from me, from the heart. I absolutely want to say, on behalf of myself and of course BCL, thank you. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for allowing us to have the platform where y'all can come through and share these news, these articles, right? And then for me as Chocolate, right? We're going to strip the chocolate, but as Randy, I absolutely want to say thank you to y'all for giving me the platform to make sure that we can break bread with each other, highlight to certain individuals. Where am I going with this? I'm going with this because, as y'all know, this year has been awesome. We just had the biggest signing of my life last Saturday with my mentor, Joe Illidge, my boy, Damian Scott, Rob Markman, signing Absolute Batman 23. We got a black man on an Absolute Batman cover, the hottest book in planet Earth right now. My boy just did a cover, and the signing went to me. He could have went anywhere else, but he was like, no. I'm doing that with the chocolate right now. So that's number one. Number two, this one is near and dear to my heart. I don't talk about it that much because that's how important it is to me. But those of y'all that are in Brooklyn and those of y'all that have supported, thank you to the BCL member. We'll have a separate show, but I definitely wanted to say thank you. Thank you to Zuri's Fury, right, who sent stuff. Thank you to the community that sent stuff that couldn't send dollar bills. They sent me books. I had people that sent me Bibles. I had people that sent me toiletries, whatever. Super, super important. And my heart is swelling. Y'all know I could get emotional. Listen, it is what it is. If I got to cry, I got to cry. But this Saturday, my first ever back to school drive, we're giving away 100 book bags full of supplies. We got nurses to talk about healthcare, Medicaid checkups. I'm Haitian. I'm born in America, but I don't have the problems that a lot of my immigrants or my counterparts have to have. So we got lawyers coming to talk about TPS, immigration, all of that. Of course, we're going to have Bounty House because chocolate is bougie. Of course, we're going to give food. Of course, we're going to have free books. We're going to have free all of that. So if you're in Brooklyn, come through, come support. Because as much as the community has given me, it's only right to make sure I give back in some way. As much as I'm taxing everyone, y'all hear this chocolate tax. If you didn't buy it from the Ink Alliance, you're going to get it is what it is. But I absolutely want to take time out to say thank you, because as much as I could be boisterous and loud, without y'all, there is no platform for me to operate and do what I do without the BC. Without that, there is no BCL for us to operate. So I absolutely want to tell y'all thank you. I appreciate it. I absolutely understand where we at, and I'm working to make sure I make y'all proud. But I definitely wanted to take time out to show about this because this is super important and near to my heart. Like, this ain't chocolate. This is Randy. This is how serious this is to me. But I definitely wanted to say thank you because I was not prepared for the amount of support that retailers, comic book illustrators, comic book shops have sent me. Some people sent me books that don't even come out and said, Chocolate, flip this, use the money to do XYZ. I don't take that for granted. And I absolutely want to say thank you to the community at large. Thank you to everyone. And once again, as one of my mentors said, a rising tide lifts all boats. If one succeeds, we all succeed. So I definitely wanted to say that. Paul, I'll give you the floor.
First, I want to say thank you to all of our guests for being here tonight. Thank you, and we at BCL, we salute all of you. It's been a hell of a year. I truly believe that 2026 is going to go down in history, comic books history, as a very special year. We've been through a lot this year, and it's only August. We've seen us drop into realms of negativity that, quite frankly, is somewhat unprecedented for our community. But the bounce back is what I'd rather focus on, because it's even a misnomer to even call it a bounce back. It was always there. Our community's always been there. I think our biggest problems is having avenues of coalition and focus that allow us to accomplish the type of things that were accomplished today. To the extent that Black Comic Lords can help with that, that's why we exist. And I'm very proud of this community. It's election time throughout much of the country right now. Politics are such that we haven't been this polarized and disparate in quite some time. Rulers come and go, dictators come and fall. There are things that we can and we cannot control. But it's apropos that we have Joe Illidge on here. We had this Black Comic Lords virtual con in which Joe was the speaker. One of the things Joe said is that our people have always been the pioneers of arts and culture. We've been the tastemakers. It's 100% true. In all of these endeavors in the arts and culture, Black people have always been at the forefront. We're the ones that everyone wants to be like. And so it makes sense that in the air of the negativity going on in our world, that we have found light in these cultural endeavors, in these artistic endeavors. Our Black comics community hasn't never been this strong. It's never been this strong. We had a 90s Black comic renaissance. I would dare say this is even bigger than that. The potential for what we have going on now is even bigger than that. Today was just the first step, as Mike said. The rest of it is up to all of us. So I encourage all of you, take pre-ordering seriously. Be intentional in your comic enjoyment. Seek out these retailers. Make yourself aware of what's coming out. Pre-order those books so you can support the creators that you want to see, the characters you want to see, the publishers that you want to see successful. And you're helping these retailers as well, because they don't need to worry about, did I buy too many books? Did I not buy enough books? Okay, help them out. Help them to help you. There is as much bubbling as we have in the community, little insider information, there's a lot more coming. And I'm really excited about it. But we'll be here every step of the way. Like Comic Lords, we got you.